All right. Happy
Hey.
Tuesday. What's up, Greg? How's it going?
What's up, Mark? Hey, how's it going, dude?
Good. Hey, so we lost Jeff. He was here.
Wait, wasn't
Now
he?
he's
Yeah, he's like right
gone.
over there.
Yeah, like I don't know where he went, but it's okay. He'll be back eventually. So we do these lives every Tuesday because we wanted to answer your questions live. So down in the comments, post any questions about moving to South Carolina, specifically the Charleston area. We're also starting to work in the Myrtle Beach and kind of start to go around all the areas of South Carolina. We've got teams across the whole state that can help us. So if we don't know your answer now, we'll try to get that answered in the future here shortly. But tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the 55 plus communities. Craig, you were out in those communities with me today, and you had some clients you took over to Horizons. So we'll talk about Horizons. We'll talk about Crestwind. We'll talk about Del Webb.
Four Seasons.
Look, Jeff is back.
I just had to snap a few times. There he is.
So, for future reference, when Jeff says, I wonder if I can restart my computer and get back in here in 6 minutes, the answer is no, Jeff. He's 7. 7 minutes is how long it takes.
At least 7 minutes.
To
right?
reset my computer.
Your aura
Not
is fashionably late.
Yes.
We're also going to talk about some stats.
And that's not me. I hate being late.
No, you're never late.
So
we're also going to talk about some real estate stats tonight, and we'll go into a little bit of the cold weather that we've been having here.
Unbelievable. Unprecedented.
Yeah, it's just not fun. It's not nice. Both me, Craig, or all of us have had to wear pants lately. You got a
portable heater.
I did. This front bedroom at my house is freezing.
Well, why don't you allow some heat to get in there by leaving the door open? That might help.
Well, because we closed the vents up here, because we never used this room. But now that I've been using it on Tuesdays, I forget to open the vent, and so I got to change that. And every week I say I'm going to do it this week, and then I never get it opened again.
I kind of like that clock's there behind you now, because then I don't have to think about what time it is. I can just look right over your right shoulder.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
I'm just expecting a call next week. Greg, I need a tall guy. Come change this vent.
All right, so let's get into some real estate stats first. So I've got some numbers that are comparing 2023 in the market to 2024. So I thought it would be fun to quiz you guys on some of that information, and just kind of talk a little bit about that. And Jeff and Craig, I'll let you add in your commentary here as we go. But first question for you guys: overall, was 2024 just like 2023? Was it way less than 2023? Or do you think we have more sales than 2023?
Well, I know our team did more sales, but overall in the market, it felt like it's definitely slowed down a little bit in 2024 as opposed to 2023. Like the mountain that was 2022 in sales started slowly dipping down, and now we kind of reached what I wouldn't call it a valley, but it definitely feels like a lower point.
All right. So to add a stat into what you said to confirm part of what you said, 2023 was down 15% from 2022. So that confirms part of what you said. Jeff, do you think it was even Steven, up or down in total transaction?
I'm gonna say it was down because I would say that because of the interest rates that overall there was less sales.
So pretty much it was even Steven. It was up 1.1% versus 2023. Wow. So 2024 had just over 16,000 total transactions. December 2024 was a really good month. So I think that's kind of where it went up a little bit. December 2024 was up 15.8% over December 2023. So that's a lot. That's a big up month over month.
Especially for a year end like December, where we expect real estate to come to a halt with holidays. That's pretty crazy.
Right. And then if you compare December 24 to November 24, it was also 5.7% up, which usually December is below November.
Right. Yeah.
So kind of weird there, you know. Median sales price. Do you think it was even, up, or down versus 2023?
I think Jeff has a question. Teacher.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
All right. So do you know what our team's December to December was comparing? So did our team kind of match the big increase for, or you don't remember month to month? You're the stats guy, so I know I don't have a prayer remembering.
I can have that information shortly. Stand by, please.
Because I'm curious to see because you know, we do so much work in the 55 plus space that our business isn't, obviously we're busier in May, June, July, just like every realtor is, I'm guessing. But I think ours is probably spread out across the year a little bit more since we're so 55 driven.
So in transactions specifically, we were down 17%.
Oh, so the market was up 15%, but we were down 17%.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
That is interesting. Yeah.
But November, we were up 900%.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So for the year, our team was up 44%.
Just for November.
More last year than we did in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
For number of transactions. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to. Boy, I tell you what, if we keep doing a 44% increase next year, we're going to need some help.
Right.
But back to your question about median sales price, I definitely think it's gone up because, I feel like there's always that appreciation rate, and real estate's been so funky lately. It's been like, you know, depending on which house goes up for sale where, it's either like it sells immediately or it sits for 60 days. There's like very little in between. But nevertheless, I feel like we're slowly climbing up each and every month for our sales price.
Mark, do you have a number of what the median sales price went up percentage-wise from 23 to 24? Am I guessing that?
Yes.
6%.
Craig, what do you think?
I'll go 7 just to be close, but beat him.
Okay. It was actually 3.5%.
Okay.
Oh.
So I just felt like we often say that there's kind of an average 4%-ish year-over-year increase. I just felt like last year would have been higher, maybe.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because like the year before was like 17%.
Yeah.
Right.
Peggy says we were part of that 900%.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So our new median sales price for the entire area. Now, this includes Charleston, above Charleston, below Charleston, all the way out here to Somerville, including all the way up to like Santee area. We're at 428,500. So just below 430.
Man, oh man.
Remember when it used to be like 230?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's gone
Yep.
up quite a bit.
Mark, we heard a stat the other day that we were at. Craig, what do you think the age of the first-time home buyer is now?
Oh, fascinating. That's got to be closer to 30. I want to say like 28.
It was, Mark, wasn't it 38?
38, yeah.
Oh, good gravy. Wow.
Yeah, way higher than I expected, but
Yeah.
not terribly surprising because we've had, we've had some struggles with first-time home buyers just in affordability in this market. So we get it.
I've been talking about that so much with Rachel because you either had a home before 2020 and you gained $100,000 in equity overnight, or you didn't have a home yet and now you're trying to get into the market, which is just
to get in. Totally.
Rebecca has named it now the 900 Club. They were part of the 900 Club.
Rebecca's given it a name.
Yeah.
I like that.
I wonder if Mima came up with that 900 Club or if she came
We're just giving Mima all the credit.
Okay. So the other thing I want to talk about early is why is it so cold?
Oh, unacceptable. Although today I got to take my jacket off at about 2:00 this afternoon. I finally did take my jacket off. It was not bad today.
Yeah, and we were in the Jeff and I were in the Horizons lobby, and I was like sweating in there. It was like 75 degrees, but then you walk outside and it's like, oh, so much better.
Yeah.
So we actually had a big, huge storm, right? Like
massive.
This is the sleet that we got here in Somerville, and I took it on my black car so everybody could see it. But not a whole lot. I have in front of my yard. We also had some. Let me see. It actually accumulated a little bit here.
Oh,
it kind of looked pretty.
Look at that combination of white.
It was a bunch of little sleet. So this was our big, winter storm.
That was the winter storm 2024, 2025. We will survive. We will rebuild.
Yeah. Luckily, we didn't even have to shovel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I called one of my friends in Pittsburgh one day when it was really cold, and I'm like, "How is it down there?" I said, "It's freaking freezing. I'm dying. I'm never going to make it out alive. It's like 38 degrees." He hung up the phone on me.
Yep.
So I was looking into the future, like how long is this cold going to last? And Mike's weather page popped up because I was on his webpage looking.
Yeah.
And this is saying that next Thursday, Thursday, this is the GFS model for 18Z. I think it's 18Z, which is like 6 at night next Thursday. And it's saying 14 inches of either sleet, snow. It combines everything, but there's a possibility of 14 inches.
Oh, we're going to get everything but snow. It's going to be sleet, snow, frozen rain.
No. You're misreading.
No, I'm not. It says total.
Yes, you are.
Snowfall.
No. It's a 14% chance.
No, this is total inches. It says inches right here.
Where it says up above the map. What does it say?
GFS total snowfall inches. This is inches, my friend.
What the?
I think he's right.
That will be the end of the universe for Charleston.
Now, this is only one model. So, obviously, 99% of the time, we don't see this. Like, they say it's going to come, and then the warmer air on the coast pushes everything out, and we get absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm voting for that scenario that you just said.
Yeah, because the other one, let me see if I can find the other one.
Yeah, Charleston drivers are never ready for anything on the ground that is not just rain.
Hey, listen, Craig, I own a snow shovel.
Really? Like here?
Yeah, I have one here.
I bet it looks completely new and unused.
No, I brought it from Pittsburgh, so it's well used. But I didn't. I brought it. I'm like, maybe it'll snow there someday. And I brought a snow shovel down, and it's real good for moving pine straw.
There you go. No, but I'm the super nice husband who keeps their car outside and lets my wife keep her car in the garage. But when I got out on that frozen day and started looking at my car, I just like looked at the front windshield, looked fine at first, but then I got inside, tried to open the door, and it was like felt the ice fall off, and I'm like, my entire windshield is frozen over. I don't know what to do right now.
I feel like when this is done, this is going to be the coldest January that we've had since I moved here.
Yeah,
probably.
So here's the probability one, Jeff, that you were talking about.
Okay.
Probability percent snowfall over 1 inch, 19% is what
19% chance of snowfall over 1 inch. All right.
So if that 19% comes true, we could get up to 14 inches.
Okay, so we got a 1 in 5 chance of snowmageddon in Somerville.
Yeah. And Peggy said, no, please. I donated my snow boots up north.
Me too. I don't have any cold clothes. This is like my biggest jacket. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, Mark and I are going to be walking around in Hey Dudes.
Peggy said, when we win the lottery, we'll contact you to help us buy a mansion in Mount Pleasant. Good 900 Club.
Thank you.
That's the second time I've seen 900 Club mentioned. If it's mentioned a third time, it's got to be formed.
Yeah. We have to have T-shirts made.
Yep. Get Robin on that.
Everybody that bought a house in November gets the 900 Club T-shirt.
Yeah.
Mark, did you have anybody up in Mass that had a driveway that had the heating coils built into the driveway? Did you ever see that?
I saw it once, but nobody that I knew or anything.
And there it was for our Massachusetts friends. He saw it.
I saw it.
Putting R's in words where they don't belong again.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we love us some Mark Klim.
True representation. All right, so cold weather to come. Hopefully that really doesn't come. But let's get into what happened today. We had 5 clients.
Dates. We had 5 separate client groups. One local, which isn't really local because they were shopping for family that might be coming in from Washington State.
Yeah,
and then 4 out-of-towners. It was crazy today.
Yeah, so we were all over the place today. Craig, you had one of those clients, and you kind of took them from Dorchester County all the way to Berkeley County. Why don't you tell everybody kind of what we're going to probably touch on a lot of the 55 plus communities tonight.
Yeah, no, I had my folks were in from Maryland, and you guys are kind of creepy because every time I go to a new place and I'm expecting to meet Paul at Lennar, I'm like, oh, and Jeff is also here. And then I go to Four Seasons, I'm like, oh, hey, Mark is also here.
Yeah,
you guys just teleport back and forth.
Yes. So what did your clients like today, you think?
Yeah, they really like Horizons. Of course, as we always say, you cannot beat those prices. And Jeff, they really hung on what you said, which is if you get in before the amenity center, your value is just there because the prices and the HOA are going to go up immediately once that amenity center is put in. So now's the time to get in before your equity skyrockets like that. So really like that. Love the Collins model. That pantry is literally an entire bedroom. And they love that space. It was huge. So they're probably leaning towards the Collins model. They love Four Seasons too, but not being able to put a pool on their backyard is kind of like a deal breaker. So,
yeah, they really wanted to put a pool in, Mark. They were real serious about putting their own pool in, so that knocked out Four Seasons. And that Collins, I saw the look in their eyes when they walked in the Collins and into the big. It was kind of the perfect. All the top 5 things they were looking for, pretty much the Collins accomplished. Yep.
And just as I was in the car with them driving around, I tell everyone that there's no pros and cons for the 55 plus market. It's pros and more pros. It just matters which pros you care about. Because one, you go to Four Seasons and there's a beautiful lake system that's natural spring. Or you can go to Horizons, get a wonderful price, and the amenities center is going to be top notch. Probably the biggest pool ever in our so it's just a matter of what you want more.
So I met Craig's people there, and then I was also out there when Robin was there. And the people that Robin were with, they are real close to snatching up one of them last houses. I won't be surprised if tomorrow morning they call and say, go ahead and do a contract on that one.
So the Collins was all the way down to 349 on one of them here. I see. Is that the lowest one that was out there? Because there's only like 13 homes left, right? We got a video coming out on this in the next couple weeks, but 13 homes left until they kind of run out of land. The land development team is currently working on that, but they can't start any more houses until all that land development's done, right?
It really, yeah, you're right. It really was alarming. Paul was talking to me about it. Like, yeah, for 2024, we planned on selling 200 homes, but we actually sold 300. So now we have like no inventory left for this year before we get to the next phase. And I'm like, what are you going to do in the meantime?
Yeah.
Like, so they're just, once these 13 homes sell out, they're kind of in a waiting game until the new land clears.
Now, they did say, or somebody told me, I forget who it was, or actually I know who it was, I just don't want to sell them out, that there may be, so typically Lennar doesn't release them to the open market until they're in drywall. And so they might start selling homes sooner than what they do now, just so they can keep the process rolling. So it's not all of a sudden on June 1st, they have, 50 houses to sell.
Right.
But when people get in now, so it sounds like if they do it this way and you go under contract on a house on March 1st, instead of the normal 4 to 6 weeks that we tell people until the house is done, it now may be 2 to 3 months before the house is done. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, because then we have the ability to do a pre-drywall inspection.
Yeah.
Which we don't normally have the opportunity to do out there.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I was able to do with a previous client, is get one of the ones that was in phase, was it 4 or whatever, they're just finishing. And we were able to do a pre-drywall inspection, which was super valuable. We caught a few things that needed to be addressed. So
you actually kind of called in a little Charleston area living favor on that one, didn't you? And said, hey, can you release this specific lot? And they did.
I think so. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do that. If you are like looking and you think, hey, I'm not going to be ready until like this gap happens, let us know, and we can always ask to have a house released, just like Craig went through there. So,
and there's resales in there now.
Yeah, there was 6, I think. When
Robin showed 3 resales today. Now they ended up being more focused in on one of the new ones, but there's that neighborhood's been around long enough that we're starting to see resales now.
Well, the pricing on the new ones you just can't beat it right now. I mean,
yeah. And actually, Mark, I don't know, you were super busy today, so I don't know if we even got it in the email yet, or if you didn't see it, or if you did see it. Even a couple of the remaining homes that is now about 9 or 10, not even 13 from when we talked the other day. You remember the other day when we looked, they had some that they all had some discounts on them, but they weren't crazy. For some reason, they had a couple that had big discounts on them today.
Well, like this one is 50,000 off. Yeah. This one is 50,000. You got 50,000 there. Almost 45,000 there. So
wow,
definitely some deep discounts for sure.
Yeah,
I think all the staff wants to take a vacation. They want to get these last ones closed out so they can take a month off.
They're just like, hurry up and sell.
Yeah.
Yep. If I was to take a wild guess, I'd say those are probably the houses that back up to other houses. Those are the ones that normally sit the longest and get the biggest discounts.
Yeah. So, Craig, then you took them over to Four Seasons, right?
Yeah. We had a good time over there too. Always a beautiful trip to Cane Bay, and just to show them the natural lake system is always fun. But it's kind of crazy there too, because I'm taking them through the models, letting them know that these models are going to last for another, maybe 6 months to a year, because then they're going to their last 2 phases and they're going to do completely different floor plans. So kind of,
I think a couple of those floor plans are going to carry over.
Okay.
But you're right. There will be some new ones. There'll also be some attached homes in there. Yeah. And then they're changing the way they do their design. They're calling them looks.
Right.
Where there'll be like a farmhouse look, and everything in that package, if you want that look, will go into your house. So you won't be, individually picking things coming up here. Now, I don't know if you knew this, Jeff. I found out today there are no more to be built sites in phase 8. So we won't see to be built up until phase 9 and 10, which probably won't start until June, July, that they'll be releasing those lots.
Well, it was about a month ago, I think, that we said, hey, listen, there's only about 3 or 4 more opportunities. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And actually, I found out today there's in Cresswind, in the ponds, there's only 3 more opportunities for to be built. And on February 1st, they're flipping those over to specs. So if you want to build in Cresswind and pick your everything, you've literally only have 2 weeks to pull the trigger on it to grab one of those lots before they turn them into spec homes.
So it looks like there's 8 specs right now, and then there'll be more, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I was in about 5 of those today. So
it looks like 3 of them are sold. So it looks like there are 5. You must have been in all 5 of them.
I must have been in them all.
Right.
Yeah, 145 collared dove. Every one of these was very nice. Okay. They did not get skimpy when they put stuff in. The 2 of them I saw had the 4-foot garage extensions, in addition to all the lighting and all the normal stuff that we see them putting in these. One thing I noticed today, but I don't know that I've ever caught this before at Cresswinds, is how on most of the showers there's still a lip, about big that you step over. Cresswinds as an option has a 0 entry shower, so that there's no potential chance for tripping, or you could actually roll a wheelchair right in there. And they were even putting that in some of the spec homes that we showed today, and the people that I was showing the houses to, they really like that. And I for whatever reason, that never really got caught by me that was an option over there.
Yeah, so I think Del Webb has it, Horizons has it, Cresswind for sure. I don't know about Four Seasons though.
I'm pretty sure they do, because I was showing them those models, and the models that are in the original model row don't, because they built them 8 years ago. But the new ones that we saw, that that Granada floor plan had the 0 entry shower, so I think they're doing them now. Yeah.
And then the one thing that I caught over at Cresswinds today, which I did know, but you know how all these different neighborhoods get a little jumbled up in our heads, is that they do still cut the grass even if you have a fence over there.
That's the only neighborhood that does that.
Yeah. Yep. And so that's a big deal if you have a puppy dog and you don't want to have to cut your grass. They still will mow your grass in that neighborhood if you have a fence.
Yep.
So let's talk about fences for a second, because that came up. What the client Craig had today, we talked to them for about an hour before we did some paperwork, and then went out to the neighborhoods, and fences were one of the things that they asked. So there are some of the 55 plus that don't allow fences at all, or don't allow fences in certain areas. So like Del Webb Cane Bay, that is already built out, they have no fences at all. You also cannot do a swimming pool at all, because that was one thing that you guys have already talked about. They really wanted a swimming pool, right?
Right.
Yeah. So Four Seasons, you cannot do a swimming pool. You cannot do a fence along the water there. Am I correct on that?
That's correct. Yep.
So almost all of the neighborhoods, though, that are 55 plus, you can do the fence that is the wrought iron aluminum fence. It's black aluminum that looks like wrought iron. So that's the only type of fence that you can do in most of these 55 pluses, right? Am I incorrect on any of that?
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. They don't want wood. They want it all to match and have that nice neighborhood appeal. So they like basically you get 2 options with the aluminum wire. It's either the super thin together for if you have a dog, to make sure there's no room for any little chihuahuas to get through, or a little bit wider, but same kind of look with the black aluminum.
Yeah, Paul was telling us that today when Craig and I were together. Craig, I didn't know that before today. Did you know that?
No, it's not something you see unless it's pointed out to you, because they look so similar.
Yeah, but the one Mark has it much closer, so the little rat dog can't get out the fence.
Yep.
So, and then pools, what neighborhoods can have pools, Craig? I know you were looking at this today.
Yeah, definitely Del Webb, Nexton can. We just learned that Horizons can, which is really cool. In fact, 3 of the residents there have already built their own private pool in their backyard. But I think, man, is that it for the big 55 plus? Because you cannot at Cane Bay in either of those. And you can at like Summerwind 50. Summerwind you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the only 2 like big 55 plus that you can.
Now, those are all dependent on the lot also.
Right.
So there's not every lot that you could do a pool on. So if that's important to you when you're talking to us, make sure you tell us that so we only pay attention to lots that are big enough for a pool.
Right.
I want to circle back to Four Seasons real quick just because we didn't go over the move-in homes over there. So yesterday when I was looking, there was only 1 quick move-in home available. Today, there are now 12. So all of those lots will be quick move-in that are over in phase 8, and they released 12 of them. There's more to come once they kind of start the home, but this is what's released so far. Craig, the big one we were looking at today was this Granada, right, for $419.
That's right, huge deal. I think Diane. No, what was her name?
Yeah, Diane. Yep.
Diane. I think she said that the price out of that home, if you just like took all the selections and put them on paper, was like $556. So to see it discounted to that price is actually insane.
Yeah, $419.9. It did back up to a berm. If you looked out to the right, you could see some HOA space and a couple houses over there. But the berm being so tall and it's so young, you're not really going to see but the roof behind you once that berm fully grows out for sure. And they had some really nice trim packages in there. I don't know if you noticed it, Craig, in the little cafe area where you put your dining room table.
Right.
They had all the chairs and squares.
That's right. Yeah.
All there, as well as in the entryway. They had a floor outlet in there. They had TV pipe already hooked up, so you can hang your TV up. Really nice cabinets. I think it was 2-tone cabinet, right? The outer had the white, and then the island had a light brown color.
That's right. Yeah.
So some really good options in that house for $419.9.
The best part, and I don't ever want to forget this, because one time I walked into a Granada, I forgot to look left, which is where the above garage storage entry is, and it's like a huge room. It's like 8 by 20 almost. It's the entire length of the garage, and it's just above garage. And my folks from Maryland were like, "Yes, something for our basement storage to, all the Christmas supplies need to find a home." So it was perfect.
And it's interesting to see that they do sheetrock up there, and plywood, so it could really be easily turned into another space if you put a mini split up there.
Right.
Jeff, you remember one of our clients did that.
Yeah,
on one of the other ones.
They put on LVP and then painted and put the mini split in and had an additional however many square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Joseph Norton says, "Hey guys, Burr, doing our last winter up here in Boston. I'm from there close. If you guys find yourself in Del Webb next, and please ask them to update their map zone 11. We haven't seen any changes in a while." Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to Megan about that.
Hey Joe, if you throw me an email, jeff@charlestonarealiving.com, and ask me that, I'll see if I can get it and email it to you. Jeff@charlestonarealiving.com.
Yep. Thank you, Jeff. So yeah, that would be
something so stupid when it came to Four Seasons yesterday. Listen, we've got, a dozen models in 50 different neighborhoods. It's really hard for us to keep track also. And this is what we do every day with all the different models. You're better at it than I am for sure. But Andrea had clients out yesterday and they said, "Hey, we want to see if you have any video of a yada yada model, whatever it was." And I said, "Oh, absolutely, I have that." And I sent them the absolute wrong model. So they're all like hovering around Andrea's phone, looking at this walkthrough. That doesn't look anything right. I'm like, no, focus. I'm right. You're wrong. I sent you the right model. I didn't send the right model. Not at all.
Well, I'm sure it's because you were just so busy, you know.
I was. I was probably doing something important for you.
So they have 2 Granadas there. They've got a Donegal. A lot of people like the Donegal. There's a couple of Donegals, if I remember correctly, right? Why aren't they showing?
Don't you think the Donegal is probably at least in the top 3, but maybe one of their best sellers? I would think.
I think Ibiza comes first, and then Donegal. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Craig and I were talking about that over at Horizons today about what the model that Craig's clients liked. I felt like was probably the number 1 seller for that neighborhood, which is why you'll see more of them on the spec sheet than others.
Right.
So Four Seasons is doing an attached home, Mark.
Yes, in the phase 9 and 10.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a new trend we're going to see, because remember, Craig, there's some type of attached home product coming in Carnes Horizons, we heard.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to Paul about that, Jeff. They're actually not attached. It is 4 homes that share 1 driveway.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
okay, that's actually. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've ever seen them down in Hilton Head, where you kind of go in and then it's 4 different like smaller homes.
Yeah.
But they all share 1 driveway, and it splits off of that 1 driveway.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually what I have in my little area, because we have our neighborhood, but right next to it is like a 55 plus neighborhood, and they have those 4 homes per driveway kind of, but they're also attached. Like those homes. Yeah. I think we're talking about the villas that are kind of like attached, but not really. They just kind of share some common space.
I'm going to have to see what that looks like. I don't know if I think I like that.
Yeah.
I guess I have to see it.
Paul was trying to find me some video of it from other neighborhoods.
Yeah,
because he thinks down in Florida they've done it, or Myrtle Beach or something like that. But he hasn't been able to find it yet. But he said he would send it to us once he did.
So what if I want to play hopscotch and put chalk all over the driveway? I need to go ask my permission from 3 other people?
No, you just got to share. You got to
get them all out there. Yeah. Hey, I would absolutely invite my neighbors to play hopscotch.
So lots of quick moving opportunities there, and more coming. And then the quick moving should end almost at the same time. They're going to start phases 9 and 10. So they did a pretty good job of making sure they don't have a huge gap over there. But if you wanted to build, then you're going to have to wait a little bit for sure.
12 homes right now. I think that's probably more quick move-ins than we've seen in Four Seasons for quite a while.
Yeah.
Maybe ever. Yeah.
I just wanted to comment that it seems like Four Seasons and Crestwind are kind of like leaning towards that, for at least like as they're closing out different phases, and Crestwind's closing out period, like they're all done.
Yeah.
But Four Seasons coming to a close, and then, they're just saying, hey, let's spec these out and move on to our next phase.
Yeah.
Well, even Diane was saying that today. Our builders really like the quick move-ins, so we might see a lot of quick move-ins in phases 9 and 10 too. So there may be some limited opportunity to build from the ground up if they keep moving that direction.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good and bad. I mean, the good is that they're putting really nice stuff in them. So, they're, for the most part, they're putting in these homes what you would probably do, just maybe not the same colors as you would pick, but the quality of it is in there. The good news is that we've got a pretty proven track record here that the value is in the specs.
Oh, yeah.
The spec homes
right
are, they're often $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 less than if you were to build the exact same house on the exact same lot. It would cost you, upwards close to 100 sometimes difference between the two.
Yep. This one right here, Jeff, is $103,000 difference.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And that's the Lennar difference. Honestly, they do all spec homes, and that's why they're all priced like so crazy low compared to some of these.
Yeah.
All right. Since Joe talked about Del Webb, let's jump into Del Webb. I didn't realize how many spec homes they have.
Oh my gosh.
So, what was it? 8 total spec homes. Lots of them are the scenic series. So 1, 2, 3, 4 contours, 2 hallmarks, and then a prosperity and a mainstay.
Oh, is that their new one, the mainstay?
The mainstay is a brand new one. Jeff, I was going to tell you, this is a March or February delivery. So we need to go get video of this one.
Yeah, we're going to get over there and get video of that for people.
I got to go check that out myself. Yeah.
Yeah. So these two are in the middle section. We probably will never see the big ones as specs, just because people want to really pick things out for those.
Yeah, right.
But 625 and 569, that's right in line or less than trying to build it yourself, right?
It sure is. Yeah.
They've got 6 of the smaller homes here. That's more than I've ever seen of that.
Yeah, 6 of them, 2 hallmarks and 4 of the contour.
We started in a contour with clients I was in with this week, and they said we're looking to downsize, minimalize, we're looking for small, and we were in there and they liked it. It was great, but then before I knew it, we're up in the biggest house. And they're like, "Oh, this is pretty nice."
Yeah. I always say once we're going through the models, you got to tell me when you want to stop, because as soon as we see the next one, you cannot unsee it.
Absolutely.
So lots of opportunities there, especially in that scenic series. Since Joe talked about that map, I really want to open that up real quick and just look. He said phase 11. Oh, that's back there by those 2 ponds, Jeff.
Yes.
So, yeah, this has ponds on both sides. Okay. Trying to get my bearings here. So, yeah, this road is in. So, I think they're trying to sell some of these other ones before they release any more of the gray ones is probably what it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, these are all the Echelon series homes, the bigger homes. Does it say that?
Yeah. I can't see it there, but it makes sense that I think that is typically where they would put them.
Let's see. Standard, unreleased. Yeah. So Renowned, Stardom, Stellar. Yep. These are all bigger home sites.
Okay.
So Joe, just in case you didn't know that, which you probably already do, but if you hover over here, it'll tell you what home can go on that lot. So if you're looking for the big homes, that would be what's in this phase, except for these. Nope, those are bigger too. So yeah, these are all going to be the large size homes in phase 11.
Can we have a pet peeve moment for a minute?
Go ahead.
Can I take us completely off topic because this just popped into my head?
Yeah,
why not? Popcorn. Go ahead.
All right. So this week, on 3 separate occasions, I have had people approach me at Four Seasons, at Del Webb, and at Crestwing. All 3 were unrepresented by a realtor.
Oh,
and
no.
All 3 said, "Hey, great videos. Love the videos. Love you guys. They're fantastic." And they went in without a realtor. So I want to talk about this for a second. There is zero. Now, listen, it might be that you just don't like me, or you don't like Mark, or you don't like Craig. I get it. That's fine. Go call somebody else. But there is zero downside and only upside, especially with those builders. We charge X for what we do, and those companies pay us X. And so we don't charge anything over top of that. We don't charge administrative fees or anything like that. So when you go into ABC Building Company, the realtor that you deal with there, they work for the builder. And so you don't have anybody working for you, especially when you're out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And Craig, do you or do you not go to every home inspection, every builder meeting, doing videos and walkthroughs,
design studio appointments?
You go, and we all go to all those. It just was really surprising, and they were lovely people. They were really nice. I sat and talked to a bunch of them. Oh God, here we go. Welcome to Jeff's ranting moment.
Is this a regular thing or what?
But it happened 3 times this week, and this happens to us all the time. Listen. I get we might not be for everybody, and we wouldn't be able to handle the business if we were for everybody. But even if it's not us, get a realtor that is going to represent your best interest, because we do this all day, every day, and we know the pitfalls, the scary things. Somebody explained it to Mark and I earlier or last week. We don't show houses for a living. We don't sell houses for a living. We're navigators. We're navigators of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're good at. And so I'll end my rant, but just book a Zoom call with us. Have a Zoom call with us. And then if you decide we're not for you, then we made friends for 45 minutes and you go move on. But it just seems like there's potential pitfalls and dangers for people to go in unrepresented.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff, I'll even take it a step further. If you book a Zoom call with us and you say, you know what, you guys just aren't the right people for me, let us know what you're looking for, and we'll find another realtor either within our brokerage or outside our brokerage.
Yeah.
For you. Like, we can match your personality. Like, I think there's somebody on our team that everybody can match with, first of all. I mean, we've got female, we've got male, we've got all different types of personalities on our team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I think we'll find somebody on your team that we can really pair you up with.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't like any of us, we'll find another realtor for you.
Yeah. This is your biggest investment. You do not want to go in unrepresented.
Yep.
All right. Now I'm going to go to one more topic.
Okay.
And this one's not a rant. This one I thought was funny. So one of our clients today that I was meeting with, we were talking about what they do for a living. The website name, I had her send me the website. I got to tell you the website name. All right. So it is BrooksFluffyMonkeyBums.com.
That is not a real website.
That is a real website, Craig Primo. BrooksFluffyMonkeyBums.com. Mark, what is it do you think that website is for?
I don't want to say because I already know the answer. Why don't you ask Craig?
Oh, did you talk to them?
Yes.
Okay.
I met with them before you met with them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So, Craig, what do you think it is?
I'm going to mute myself while I say what it is.
Craig, they make diapers for monkeys.
What the?
They're like this big.
Oh my gosh!
Did she show you the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one on her keychain?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, if you want to see a crazy website, I was kind of bummed there wasn't a lot of monkey pictures on there, but yeah, BrooksFluffyMonkeyBums.com, I think it was.
That's amazing.
We got some weird clients. I love these people.
All kinds. That gives me the same energy as dressing your dog for Christmas.
Oh, my dog has a coat on about 6 months out of the year.
Oh, right. All right.
Because she's a greyhound and she's just all skin and bone. She's real skinny, so she gets cold.
Gotcha.
So she's got a firefighter coat. She's got a milk bones coat. She has multiple coats. It's dependent on my mood on which coat she's wearing.
Mm.
Wow. I researched this is actually a real website. I'm looking at the sizes for different monkey bums right now.
You doubted me. How dare you, sir?
That's a 4XL. What's a 4XL monkey?
That's a big old monkey.
It's
like a gorilla.
Oh,
so Jeff, the other neighborhood I was in today with Dwayne was Summerwind Crossing. So
my favorite.
Yeah, we hit on all of the 55 plus communities today, for sure.
Yeah, we were in every one, weren't we?
Yeah, and I got the chance to walk through that new Traveler plan. We walked through it when it was in framing. We did a video on that.
Is that the baby that doesn't look like a baby?
Yes.
Yeah.
And these people had over a 2,000 square foot house, and they really liked this plan the way it was laid out. Mm-hmm. And it's only 1,500 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull it up here. So there's two of them that they have as quick move-ins. One is going to be available in January. This is the one we saw. And in this spec, they put the outside fireplace in it.
Oh,
I would never think that in a spec they would add that in it.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It's
really
gorgeous.
nice updates, the real thick trim across the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was really good. And this one was under 400,000.
Yeah.
So there's 2 Travelers available there. They've got a 2,000 square foot Adventurer available for 440. They've got a Curator for 440. They've got a 450 Enthusiast. Like every one of their specs is under 500,000.
Wow.
Craig, you know this neighborhood probably better than most because you've sold a bunch of houses in here.
Love it.
Would you say I'm correct when I say that there's a lot of homes in this neighborhood that don't back up to other houses, but even if they do, there's some decent space between the houses?
Yeah, because often you're getting that drainage easement in between, which gives you that extra distance. It does not feel like you're next to your neighbors, that's for sure. Yeah.
That's exactly what these clients said today. This house backed up to other houses, and they said, you know what, Mark, I'm okay with it because there's this big drainage back here.
There's such a far
and
distance.
then the other house starts way after that.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't that bad.
They give you space. Yep.
Yeah.
Love that neighborhood. Love the fireplace outdoors. It's the most unique builds I've seen with that. Their screen lanais are just like shaped the most glorious ways.
And it's not going to be a huge neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? Only 205 houses.
204, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now they're doing a special where, what are they paying, a whole year of HOA for you as well?
I believe so. Yeah. Because they're going to be finishing up their pool and everything. Their little amenity package will be done by the end of this summer, I think. So
yeah, so that's the only 2 downsides, right? It's not gated. It's not only 55 restricted, it's 55 targeted, so anybody can live there. And then it doesn't have the huge amenity center. So as long as you're okay with those 3 things, this is definitely
the youngest person I've seen in that neighborhood so far was a college kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they'll be swimming in that pool by spring.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
And I'm pretty confident now, especially after the meetings that we had today, that over in Horizons we're swimming in the spring also.
That's right.
Not this spring.
No. I'm sorry, spring of next year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Swimming in you're right. Summer wind swimming this coming spring.
Yes.
In Horizons, it'll be swimming next spring.
Yeah,
Right.
that amenity center is finally going vertical, and they're really making headway on it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to see big buildings out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mark was Mark, I didn't mention when we went over there the other day to get that drone footage for the video that's coming out in a week or so. When I looked down at my tire, I was parked in like a big old group of screws and nails in that parking lot. So I'm sure I'm going to have a low tire here any second now.
Oh, you would have had it already though.
Wasn't that yesterday we were there?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
I guess I probably would have noticed it today.
Yeah.
I had to go put air in all 4 of my tires because of how cold it got here.
Yep.
Well, you're really going to panic it next week if it goes down. You'll be like,
no,
see?
That better not happen. I'm not even joking.
Yeah. I'm used to waking up and seeing frost, but if we actually see a little thin layer of white or something, I'll be like freaking out.
Well, forget snow. We don't have any plow trucks here.
No. Roads are unsafe.
Somerville will close until it melts.
Yep. All students are like, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Jeff, where are you taking your family on Thursday or Friday?
So, unfortunately, I'm headed to Disney World. I literally would rather stay home and work with you guys than go to Disney World again. I am absolutely Disneyed out. That Small World song gets in my skull and it doesn't get out. And I'm paying God knows how much for hotels there. All right, I'm calm down. I'm going to have a great time with my family down at Disney World, Mark.
Mark, get that Just Rant thing going up again.
I'm a little riled up tonight.
Yeah, man. But I feel like every other month you're out there with your family. So someone's obsessed in your family.
Well, so here's the thing. Mark and I, and you too, I mean, there's times when it's busy, we're working some ridiculous hours.
Yeah.
When clients are coming into town, we got to be out in the streets. And so I've just come to the decision of I'm just going to take a whole bunch of vacations. And so I would prefer to be on cruises than go to Disney. But it's a 3-1 vote against me in the House on this one, that it was decided we're going to Disney. It's actually only, I think we're only going to be in the park for 2 days. So I'll actually have fun for 2 days. It's the 4 and 5 day stretches that get to be a little.
Oh, yeah. You get exhausted by then.
You don't like walking 12 miles for 5 days each day?
No, sir, I don't. I know you look at me and say, that looks like a long distance runner right there. Not the case. So we're going to do Epcot for 1 day. So although it's going to be rainy in Florida this coming week, so we're driving down Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and we're only going to the park for 2 days. So we might get there and make a game day decision of if it looks more rainy on Saturday or Sunday, because we're only got passes for 2 days this time.
But the lines are lower when it's raining, right?
That's true.
Well, I think Monday's a holiday, though, so I don't know what that's going to look like. But we did get a cool room. The All-Star, one of the All-Star hotels, took 2 rooms and turned it into 1 suite.
Oh, cool.
So there's 2 beds on 1 room and then a king size in the other, and they've got a shared, or no, does it have 2? I think it has 2 bathrooms. So they don't have a ton of them though, but with the 4 of us now, it makes it a little easier. So we got a cool room.
Yeah. Oh, I love those where they connect like that. Those are my favorites. I got good memories of those. But yeah, I just realized you're going out on Inauguration Day.
I am. Yeah, I would like to see and I wonder if that'll keep it slower too. I don't know. I like watching the inauguration, so I'm going to miss out on that.
Peggy over in Summerlin says no gigantic houses mixed in with smaller houses like other neighborhoods. We like that the rooftops are always all basically the same height.
Yeah,
somewhere across a different feel. I agree with that. Yeah, it is a different feel.
But I wonder if this is a trend that we're going to start seeing with what Four Seasons is doing, and now with what Carnes Horizons is doing with that quad driveway thing.
Yeah,
we're going to start to see some more. We've got the hammock walk that has kind of changed the business here in Somerville a little bit. Those are selling pretty well on the the attached.
Right.
But I'm curious to see if we'll see the Del Webbs and Four Seasons of the world heading in this direction with some more mixed space of quads, duplexes, triplexes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I dig it. It's more for, it covers a broader net, so spread it.
Hey,
yeah,
Jeff,
and as long as it's not right next door to each other. If they have a section that's a different thing than if they're, mixed around.
Yeah. I said a thought over at Coulter today at Crestwind. You said there was only like 5 lots to build, and then these spec homes, right?
Yeah.
Is there more spec homes coming on top of this, or is it just that?
I don't know that answer.
Okay.
Let me think about that. Here's my guess: is there's more spec homes coming because all the spec homes that I saw were pretty much done.
Okay.
And I did see a lot more construction going on a couple of streets. So I think there's more spec homes to come. I think it was only 3 or 4 lots that are left to build. But I think they'll have more specs coming after these last ones. But there was also, we showed 2 existing homes in Crestwind today, and I could have moved into either of them. They had done some really nice stuff in there. Both of them had huge back patios screened in, but they screened it in with the Four Seasons kind of thing, the rubberized deal. One looked at another house out back. The other one that my people like the most, they looked out onto a pond with a fountain with woods behind it. But some really great stuff was put in these resales. And Mark, all the resales over there, nothing over 10 years old. Some of them are 2 and 3 years old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason I asked that is I think once they are done with that neighborhood, they are moving right next door to the ponds and doing a 55 targeted, not restricted, targeted that will share amenities with the ponds because it'll actually be part of the ponds.
Part of the ponds. So they're not going to have the, oh my God, size amenity center.
Yeah.
But sharing, which that amenity center at the ponds in the non-Crestwind side is really nice.
Yeah. So that'll be another 55 in our kind of package of all the ones that we have here in Somerville. I mean, we're definitely becoming, like you said, the 55 Mecca of the Southeast for sure. And then the other day we heard that once Del Webb is done, DRB has won the bid for a 55 plus community.
Yeah,
Nexton.
Can't wait for that.
I'm thinking that's going to be a couple years out, but man, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
Because
So
we're
lots
big
more
fans of
to
the
come.
DRB build.
They'll just give us more homes to sell, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
So whether you're buying now or you're buying in 6-7 years, between those two and Del Webb Point Hope that's coming, we're going to have lots of options in the 55 plus for sure. If you ever want to talk about this, we do Zoom calls all the time. We love to try to find out exactly the lifestyle that you want to live, what is the budget you want to pay, and then we try to match that to the community that would best be fit for you. And that's a lot of what we go through on the Zoom call. In addition, just to hearing all Jeff's rants on the Zoom calls too. He likes to go.
I apologize.
That's why we love you, Jeff. You have the story for everything.
I got a little riled up today, a little bit. I'm okay now, though.
Okay, good.
Don't call me on Sunday. If I pick up the phone and it's a small world in the background, you're gonna hear some swear words.
Mental note: don't take any calls from Jeff.
Yes. That day.
Well, we're going to end it here. Craig, thanks for joining with us tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, always a pleasure. And right at the end of this video here, you'll see a QR code. You can, scan that, book your Zoom call with us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.